Hey everyone, so I've got another Doctor Who review today, and this is the 10th episode of the second series, Love and Monsters. It took a long time for this episode to grow on me, and now that it's grown on me, I really do like it, but there is one major flaw in it, but I will talk about that towards the end when I do the bad points. But basically this episode is centred around the narrator, Elton, and his group of friends who initially got together to find the Doctor, to track down the Doctor because Elton as a child had an encounter with the Doctor. And they go and look for the Doctor, but then it sort of becomes a more close-knit group and they do other things. They help out with personal problems, they play the piano, they have fun. And then Victor Kennedy comes in. And Victor Kennedy is like, what are you doing? Stop carrying on, let's get down to business and find the Doctor. And obviously it's a bit suspicious, it seems a little bit weird. Why is he so desperate to find the Doctor? And then we find out that he turns into the Abzorbaloff and starts eating people and causing chaos, and it's mental. It is absolutely crazy. Really great plot idea of actually finding the Doctor, because obviously in most of the episodes the Doctor is right there, we can see him, but in this episode you actually have people looking for the Doctor. Granted, Rose did that in the first episode where she went looking for the Doctor and she tried to find him and things, but to have somebody who we don't really know, because we don't really know much about Elton until a little way in, and then you start trying to find out about Rose, and that gives us Camille's story, so that's brilliant. But I just think it's a really different, really unique plot, and essentially reflect upon the real world. Like, there's probably people out there now, myself included to some extent, searching for some evidence that there is actually a kind of Doctor out there. I do believe that there is. I don't care if people say there isn't. I do genuinely believe there are Time Lords or something of similar species out there. So it's kind of relating to real life, but also gives us that sci-fi fantasy twist as well, and I really, really like that. The characters, I do not like the Abzorbaloff. And it's not a love-hate thing, like I hate the Cybermen but I love what they bring to the show. I just don't like the Abzorbaloff, full stop. I don't like the idea of the character. Or I like the idea that it absorbs people, but I don't like the character itself. I think it's too Slitheen-like, the fact that it's all green and blobby. I don't really like that. The fact that it's Peter Kay, I'm not the biggest fan of Peter Kay at all. I don't dislike him, I just don't like him, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't sit down and watch his shows. If it's on, I'll flick over, but I'm not like repulsed or anything. But I just don't like it, and I don't like Victor Kennedy either. I actually hate Victor Kennedy more than I hate the Abzorbaloff. But the other characters are good. My favourite sort of sub-characters are Elton, played by Marc Warren, and I know that name. I know that name from somewhere, and I can't work out where. And Ursula is played by Shirley Henderson, and as soon as I saw her, I was like, that's Mona Myrtle. That's Mona Myrtle from Harry Potter. I was amazed. So that was really great, the fact that she is in it. She's a brilliant actress, and Ursula is a great character. The major bad thing about this is the lack of David and Billie. They are in it at the beginning with the scene with the Hoix. I quite like that scene when they're running back and forth and throwing buckets in there. It's not like a threatening, scary chase. It's like a really funny comedic chase, and I really like that. But they're at the beginning, they're at the end. David's in it in the middle, but they're not in it enough. So if I have to look at it two ways. As a Doctor Who episode, it's not good, because the Doctor is not in it. But as a separate TV show, like if this was a different show, but we look at the plot and the idea, it would make a brilliant show on its own. The fact that these people, these group of friends, are looking for an alien life form, and there's problems, and an alien encounter as well. So as a Doctor Who episode, not the greatest. But as an individual episode, taking away the fact that it's a Doctor Who episode, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So I'm very torn between how I feel about this, because I really love it, but then I really dislike it. So it's kind of weird. But it aired on the 17th of June 2006, years and years ago now. But of course that could have just been yesterday for the Doctor, for all we know. Yes, directed by Zeff and written by Russell T Davies. Absolutely fantastic script, really do love it. Like I said, the only major flaw is the lack of David and Billie. But at the end of the day, they can't, they needed a break. They can't be in every episode 24/7, otherwise we wouldn't get to know other characters, and most people would get sick of Billie and David after a while. I wouldn't, but most would. But there we go, that is my thoughts on Love and Monsters. People have been asking me, and I like requests, so please keep requesting, but a few people have been messaging me saying, Amy, could you please review such and such an episode from like series 4 or 3? Yes, I will. But I'm doing this in chronological order, just so I don't miss an episode, because if I do this and then start reviewing one from 4, one from 5, one from 3, I will forget which I've reviewed. So I'm doing it in chronological order. I do one a week, I review one Doctor Who episode each week. So I am afraid that by the time by the time the new series starts, I will have to end up taking a break from reviewing probably series 4 and maybe just series 5 and then get back onto it. So it will take me a very long time to get around to reviewing Matt's, well, I reviewed Matt's first episode and Matt's last in the season 5 finale. But generally speaking, things like The Beast Below and all that, it's going to take me a little while. So my apologies for that, but please do keep leaving your requests and things. I like hearing them and giving me some ideas for more videos. But that is it for now because I've rambled on too much with this ending. I will see you next time. Bye guys.